Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Aries June 2022 reading and predictions. I'm Nigel Saint James. It's great to see you. Welcome if it's your first time, and to the subscribers, always good to see you, as you know. Well, we're going to take 5 cards today because that's all that we need. Do you know there's been some interesting things going on in the heavens astrologically, and depending on when you see this, some of the early viewers will be looking in May. Well, May, we have Mercury stationing direct in Gemini, which is its own planet, so you should find good communication skills during the period of May. The tarot cards will go into much more depth than this. And Jupiter is going to move from Pisces, where it has been, into Aries, the cardinal sign of Aries. And then what happens is that Mars then ingresses into Aries as well on the 27th of May. Jupiter, as I say, goes into Aries on the 13th of May. Then Jupiter and Mars, they go into conjunction with one another. And so this is very, very good in Aries, because it means there's lots of energy and lots of benefic action going on, because later on Venus, well, during most of the month, Venus is going to be in Aries as well. So you've got the two benefics in Aries, so that's a good time for prosperity and growth. But I must say that with Mars in Aries, which is its own sign, you could have a degree of self-involvement, is not the right word, but I would say that you'll be looking after your own interests, very much looking after your own interests. Then in June, of course, because this is our June reading, we have the Mercury retrograde, which started earlier. At the start of the month, in the start of June, Mercury then stations direct in Taurus, but Mercury is square Saturn, and Saturn is in Aquarius. So what you find is that it's you may have, even though it then is stationed direct, because it is squaring Saturn, you might have a bit of retrograde hangover, if that's a way I could put it. However, Jupiter and Mars are still in Aries during the period of June, and so I think that you'll find a lot of enthusiasm for probably high-risk activities. Let's pull some cards while we're talking about this, shall we? What's that? It's the 5 of Swords. But then Mercury goes back into Gemini, which is, there's the 4 of Wands. Mercury goes back into Gemini, which is its own sign, as we discussed before. But of course, it's sextile. It's sextile Jupiter, and later it becomes sextile with Mars in June. So anything that was delayed because of that retrograde, or that retrograde hangover, I suppose, by Mercury squaring Saturn, things will start to move forward. Anyway, that's enough discussion about the general astrology. Let's just complete the cards now. There's the Princess of Cups, and this is the 8 of Wands. See, there's something telling you that things are really moving forward. And what's this here? The Star. Well, why don't you come now, sit down here next to me. We'll have a good close look at the imagery and the symbology on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Of course, if you do want a personal clairvoyant reading with me, just check out the information below. Now, we're going to look at this Princess of Cups here first for you. And we're going to spend quite some time on the imagery in the cards, because they will give us an indication as to what I think are the spiritual energies that are going around here. Well, the image of the Princess of Cups is very watery and dreamy. The ancient temple ruins that you can see there resting under the water symbolizes a time when the feminine goddess was revered on earth. The princess stands on this scallop shell here, the scallop shell of Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. Now she holds this grail cup, which is surrounded by the lotus star medicine wheel. The open lotus is a symbol of the unfoldment of the divine within the self. The divine is unfolding within you at this time. The lotus represents the enlightened self and the soul that has become fully awakened It also represents a pure heart, light, and the beauty of life. Now, the Grail cup that you see here, there's a couple of little things that you might see on the edge there. Decorated with two jeweled seahorses encircling the star of sacred memory. Now, the seahorse, I think, symbolizes the discovery of secret treasures in your heart. The Princess of Cups wears a magical gossamer gown decorated with aquamarine gems and pearls from the sea. And from her belt hang the jewels of aquamarine, pink tourmaline, I think that is, and pearls. Now, this is interesting here. Look at this line of flying fish that start here and go up there. The flying fish symbolizes the unconscious moving through the veil of consciousness. They represent your inner guiding force. The flying fish, the spiritual self, transforms into the white dove of peace, love, hope, and purity. The dove symbolizes the messenger between heaven and earth. Now, the transformation of the flying fish into the dove symbolizes the journey of your soul reaching the highest realm of spiritual enlightenment. Now, this sea turtle, which is down here, you might just make that out. That symbolizes the magical blessings you are going to receive along your journey in life at the moment. And the mother and baby dolphins here, they symbolize the joy and fluidity of the watery world of the princess. They are the loving and nurturing mammals of the sea. They represent the power of breath to release emotions, speaking from the heart and healing. Now, when the Princess of Cups arrives, as she has done now, good news is coming. She brings social invitations. The princess symbolizes new beginnings and the start of creative projects and ideas. Messages in dreams, heightened intuition, and the creative projects and ideas. Messages in dreams, heightened intuition, and perhaps even a degree of psychic ability may be found within you at this time. The princess signals a time to trust your gut feelings. She encourages you to study spiritual and metaphysical subjects. A heightened awareness of compassion and understanding for the self and others is going to open up within you. She is a quiet, gentle soul that stirs the emotional waters of the inner self, bringing feelings to the surface, balancing them with the earth energy. Surfacing emotions can make you feel vulnerable and fearful, but the princess reminds you that sensitivity is a curse. It is not a curse for you, though. It is a gift. She encourages you to trust your feelings and not to be swayed by others. Be true to your heart at this time. Well, let's have a look at the star, I think. See what she has to say to you. I love the art. And this deck, it really opens up the realms from beyond, doesn't it? Well, the star goddess steps into the sacred spring of truth and healing. The spring will cleanse her of any fears that hold her back from her true self. Now, she is naked, but she has nothing to hide. She is a sacred vessel with the light of divinity shining within and without. Now, she meditates on the spiral in this sacred spring that's here, and all of the possibilities represented by the stars in that spring that are before her. as her foot descends into the water, her left hand rests on a rock ledge representing her understanding of her material world, and her right hand feels the waters of life and spirit, expressing her understanding of the precious balance between the two that makes life such a magical experience. Now, this silver waterfall on her left represents the unconscious, the intuitive. It separates into 5 streams, your 5 human senses that flow down into this spring here. Now, the golden waterfall, which is on her right, that represents the conscious, your choice to expand yourself. Now, both waterfalls flow from the heavens into the sacred spring of collective consciousness, blending the two into a perfect balance and the development of the 6th sense, your intuitiveness. Now, the spirals in the spring represent the ever-flowing cycles in your life. The spring is also the pool of honest self-reflection, a spring of contemplation and perhaps of meditation. The ascending butterflies that you can see here, they represent the chakras transforming and opening up to the divine light of God Creator. The 7 stars that surround you see them around there, there's 7 of them. Well, they, around her head, they create a halo, also representing the 7 chakras, but now fully developed and open to receive the light of the divine star above. The large star mandala represents the star of truth, one truth. The star has 8 points, representing as above, so below. It represents the guiding light, the Star of Bethlehem, the Star of David. It is the divine light that inspires you to do great things. Now, the astrological aspect of this image is Aquarius, the water bearer, the visionary, and the humanitarian. And Aquarius's key words are, I know. Well, the star shines with focus, sparkles with imagination, and this is going to be you, glistening with understanding, and she penetrates the heart, mind, and spirit with love and light. The star heals you so that you can shine its light of inspiration, hope, and confidence onto your world. It allows you to be a star. Now, what's sitting above her? I think it's this 4 of Wands. Colourful, isn't it? Let's have a look. Hello, 4 of Wands. 2 little bears there. Now, in the image, 2 golden bears have paused to enjoy the bountiful harvest of the 4 of Wands. They will need nourishment and strength to move forward to newer heights of discovery. And that is represented by these mountains that are in the background out there. The 4 wands, 1, 2, 3, 4, they are laden with harvest from the divine. Birds sing and the fairies bless the cubs. Now, the cubs represent your dualities, male and female, at play with one another, journeying together. The 8-pointed star, and we saw that in the star card just before. Here it is here, with a medicine wheel, and it shines out, symbolizing divine energy taking form. The 8-pointed star here, I think, symbolizes balance, harmony, and cosmic order. The medicine wheel represents wholeness, individuality, completion, and a new beginning of projects and things to do in your life. There is a real sense here for me, for you, with this card of celebration, achievement, and reward. A passion of yours has been realized, and you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. You feel joyful, free, energized, and happy. All is well and life is jubilant. The key to the Four of Wands is taking time out to enjoy your success, also keeping in mind that planning your next move is crucial to rejuvenate creative energies into future achievements. The gift of the Four of Wands presents prosperity, celebration, contentment, harvest, and harmony. Now, the Four of Wands here for you, I think, also represents development and growth. You are on the right track and making progress. Through hard work and enthusiasm, you have accomplished a successful outcome. The Four of Wands here brings renewal, development, new ideas, strengths, and concepts. A level of perfection has been reached, and you are riding the energetic wave of creativity to the next horizon of possibilities. Now, there's some movement and new directions, as I say before. As you enjoy the harvest of your efforts, begin to plan your next step towards your future. Now, with success, you can easily become content with its comfort and security, which can lead to stagnation. So to keep the energy moving, the actions of completion and initiation need to keep cycling. Eventually, there is a need to unleash your creative energy, channeling it to new opportunities. The Four of Wands moves energy from the successful platform you created to open horizons of new imagination and inspirations. You become free from constrictions, limitations, unhealthy deadlines. Well-being, high energy, and stamina will be yours. This presents hospitality, fun, joy, generosity, and celebratory events. Perhaps a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary. Your achievements give you a moment to breathe and take in the journey that brought you to the present. It also suggests not to rest on the laurels of success for too long, or you can miss opportunities. The Four of Wands indicates new levels of growth and development in a project, or in a relationship, or a lifestyle that brings you harmony. When the time is right, grab the golden ring of new possibilities and move forward to a new chapter in life. Now, where shall we go? Oh, this is unusual in the context of the other cards that were here. This Five of Swords. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Let's have a look at the imagery on it. See what we can determine. Well, in the image of the Five of Swords, the background is split in half, showing the dualities of your light and dark energies, the unconscious and the conscious self. The pattern of hearts, which you see around the exterior here, with their emotions, and swords, the intellect, they're in conflict, and it symbolizes the inner struggle of the self, perhaps, trying to sort out some confusion or conflict. The cross represents your unfoldment in the physical realm, bringing challenge and potential to live a life full of stretching, growing, and creating. The cross suggests faith, transcendence, and healing, as well as the balance between the spiritual and the material realm. Now, this green star that you can see here, you see that green star? I think that depicts your physical being because it's the color of the earth and your free choice to create what you want in this world. But this heart is being pierced by 5 swords. The swords form an upside down star, bringing maybe some moments of unrest or despair or uncertainty. Now, the battered swords indicate struggle between the 4 elements of the physical self with the spiritual self. Each sword, you'll see, has a colored handle. Yellow, air, swords, intellect. Red, fire, wands. Blue, water, cups, emotions. Green, earth, pentacles, physical. And white, the spirit connected to the divine. The key to the 5 of Swords is to step back from the discord, to quiet yourself, to become aware of your reality, to view it without judgment and align with the values of your higher self. Forgive yourself and others. The gift of the 5 of Swords is the strength to move away from conditioned negative thinking and feelings that don't support you, opening you to freedom and peace of mind and peace in your heart. So when this 5 of Swords appears, take a deep breath and prepare yourself. There is something here of a power struggle going on subconsciously between the ego and the heart. Now, communications with others may be poor at this time, which can result in conflicts. Relationships might hit some rocky problems. You could be feeling as if you're getting the wrong end of the deal or something. But the 5 of Swords calls for a reconnection to your higher values and morals of soul self, repairing the bridge between the mind and heart, taming the ego. It's time to take the steps to begin shifting and cleansing negative energies, opening yourself to healing by looking deeply at who you really are and who you are not. You are constantly creating and recreating your karma. Now, that takes us, I think, finally, is it finally? Yep, to, you go back there, to this 8 of Wands. This is a good card, I think. Let me see what's coming up from this 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Well, the 8 of Wands really is a mandala, isn't it? Look, a mandala, incidentally, is like a geometric figure. I've mentioned it a couple of times in your reading today. It's a geometric figure usually used in Buddhism, particularly Tibetan Buddhism, to focus upon while in meditation or in prayer. But here we have a mandala of cosmic energy with the heart at the center. There are 4 bolts of lightning, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are penetrating the mandala. The lightning bolts, I think, symbolize the pure cosmic energy infusing your heart with divine truth, inspiration, and light. This spiritual energy is flowing into your heart, where all at once the aha moment occurs with respect to some difficulty or problem that you've been seeking to resolve. The heart shoots out pure thought into action, represented by these 8 shooting stars, I think, here. Now, they also, I'm noticing here, they also originate from this heart chakra. The 7 colors of the chakras are imbued upon the mandala. Now there's a violet circle. You see there's a dark circle that's here. This violet circle surrounds the heart, and it reveals the opening crown chakra. The 8 of Wands here is pure cosmic energy radiating from the heart, transferring this momentous energy into actualized matter and activity. Now, the key to the 8 of Wands is to be opened and ready to use and direct its transformative energy. I think what we can also say here is that the gift of this card is lightning fast energy, bringing clarity, focus, and movement. When the 8 of Wands comes shooting into your life, as it has done now, you'll feel highly energized, like a whirlwind. Things are moving very fast. This is not a time to sit around pondering things. It is a time of action and accepting change. The 8 of Wands here is cosmic energy from spirit pulsing through you, electrifying your life. It sparks a fire inside your heart and soul that is fueled by divine inspiration and awakening, or the proverbial aha moment is experienced. The 8 of Wands directs you swiftly towards the light, allowing for spiritual house cleaning, opening space for new, fresh energy and deeper capacities of understanding. A breakthrough in your thinking is taking place at this time, and you are shedding aspects of your life that are not working, that are stagnant, or which really have reached the end point. If you are feeling stuck, lacking your energy, or find yourself procrastinating, call upon this 8 of Wands energy and then just hold on. Anything that has been delayed or stunted will shift and unfold progressively in your favor. Its energizing and transformative effect changes things for the better, ending delays, motivating you to take action, enabling you to communicate clearly and directly. Expect motivating news or messages coming to you from out of the blue. This also presents the excitement and experience of travel sometimes, or a quick, moving, passionate love affair. Whatever the case, your life is energized, in full motion and charging towards positive directions. This energy carries speed towards goals that need completion, giving you a sense of direction and purpose. A fresh landscape unfolds before you to manifest your ideas and dreams. The light of truth burns brilliantly, revealing crystal clear clarity that the time is now. Let there be light, and let you be the vessel of its expression. Fascinating set of cards. Well done, you. That's the way it is for you this month. That, my dear friend, is your reading for June 2022. I love doing readings for you. Did I mention that before? I really do. I'm always excited to be doing it, and I'd love to see you. And if you're here for the first time, welcome, and I hope to see a lot more of you. Subscribers, thank you very much for being with me all this time. I really enjoy your company. Drop me a note in the comments, and we can see how we're all doing. But in the meantime, remember this, and remember it always, and it is that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.